Welcome back to my channel, everyone, and thank you again for all your support. Now, if you're enjoying the content, please drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. So today I decided to talk about this subject as I find a lot of traders find themselves coming into Forex off the back of a friend telling them, social media, or just experimenting with something new. That being said, most people don't have the luxury of starting trading with a big account straight away, which in fact is not recommended. But here I will share some insight into the journey of growing a small account if you find yourself stagnant in your growth as a trader. In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can go from having an uncomfortable account to an account size that is comfortable for you. We all know having a larger account is better for returns, but let me tell you something. Just having a larger account size doesn't mean you're going to trade any better than you already are. There is a process you need to follow, and that is something I will touch on today. But there's a disclaimer. This is not going to make you rich overnight. If that's your plan, then I suggest you look elsewhere. This is for serious people and serious traders. I will highlight some of the core concepts that will help you reach your goals and how you can turn your small account into potentially the trader you always wanted to be. As a trader, the hardest part of my journey was overcoming the obstacles of feeling down and deflated, putting in hours and hours of my time to study, learning new concepts, bringing ideas together to only see that my results never changed. I would be up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., waking the missus up, telling her I found the secret, messaging her from work, letting her know that I found the formula to trade in, to then messaging her from McDonald's, sitting in the corner with my hands on my head, telling her to not be disappointed with me for losing half my account. The next steps for me was to stop trading, study again, try new things, and then go through the whole phase of winning and losing. It happens to a lot of traders. You become confused, stressed out, which defeats the object, which is to become financially free with no time restraints and blaming yourself, constantly looking for the Holy Grail. When I decided to take a step back, I realized the reason for my failures. Firstly, not sticking to my plan. Secondly, jumping from strategy to strategy. Thirdly, and most importantly, expecting my results to turn around overnight. It is so easy to see a mistake in trading after the trade has been taken, and everyone thinks that they will become better if they just avoid those trading mistakes next time. As much as this is true, Forex is a game of numbers, meaning at any given time, regardless if the setup is perfect or not, we never know whether we're going to win or lose. Of course, we can always make sure we have a slight edge by making sure that our tested strategy is applied whenever we plan to take a trade. This shifts the odds into our favor and gives us a higher probable opportunity of winning. But again, when? Now, I know most of you would have seen the examples of trading like a casino and the way they make money, so I won't go into it, but below I'll leave a link to a video that I recommend you watching. But the point here is that those that last the longest will inevitably make money. Those that are impatient are only going to be giving money to those that are more patient. So this has nothing to do with your strategy, your account size, your ability to read the markets. This is about you as a person and how you are able to be disciplined and focused in the longevity of your future as a trader. You are your own business and your lifetime can be as short as 1 month or it can be as long as 30 years. Only you can make that happen by working on your ability to be patient. Now, anyone in life, period, who is striving for excellence or to better themselves and not seeing the results is going to feel deflated. The energy, time commitments, sacrifices that you're making, they make you feel so discouraged if you're not getting the results you're anticipating. But I'm sure for most, you will identify down the line, if you really enjoy what you're doing and you continue to do it, that you will be able to do whatever it is you are trying to do 10 times better than when you first started. Your thoughts of feeling deflated and disappointed is long gone. But how did you do it? You persisted because you enjoyed it and you done everything in your power to make it happen. How does this relate? To create results from trading, you need to learn to trust that building your account will only come with time. You need to eliminate the poisonous thoughts that are holding you back, thinking that you can never become consistent and realizing that this is for a better cause. That eventually, if you are patient enough, disciplined enough, you will reap the rewards of your hard work. Stop with the negative self-talk and focus on building your confidence and awareness around your end results. not the immediate results. Having vision is one of the strongest attributes you can have as an entrepreneur or a business owner. In the beginning, things are going to be rough. Things will start to take its toll. And at times you're going to want to give up. What you need to understand is that Forex is not your business. You are the business in this game. If you are not dedicated to working on you, then you might as well forget it. You need to be inspired if you want to reach something that you are striving for. Having vision will help you to see things clearly. It will give you clarity in what you are doing. And most importantly, it will keep you motivated during the hardest of times. If you can do this, you will be more motivated, happier, and you can manage things much more effectively. How do you do this in trading? Your first steps are always going to be the basic and elementary things. If you've been in trading for a while, you'll find that when you started learning, everything seemed so simple. Support, resistance, pin bars, engulfing candles, buy, sell, and that was it. You might have even gone through a phase of winning a bit, building your accounts, and hardly losing. Some may have not been so lucky. But what eventually happens is down the line, you end up learning new things, thinking it will help you further and build your account faster. And guess what? You lose everything. You fall into the cycle of blowing your account. Negative thinking dawns on you, and then the rest is history. So for step one, choose an account comfortable enough for you to lose without affecting you emotionally or having an impact on your life or others. That is emotions out of the way. Next, you need a plan. You would never take a 6-hour drive trip without a map or a sat-nav. It makes zero sense. Write a plan in detail and stick to it. That is confusion out the way and clarity in your trading. Next, schedule your time to trade. I do not say this lightly. Way too many traders scan their charts all day, every day, only to exhaust themselves into forcing themselves into taking trades. My best advice is trade only when you have time to look at the charts. If there is a setup, take it. If there isn't, walk away. You will probably eliminate half your losses anyway. Next thing, choose a maximum of 2 to 3 pairs only. This eliminates the stress and anxiety of hunting for trades. Learn to let them come to you. You only really need one good trade a week. Some people study too hard and try too hard. Others just do not do enough. So if that is you, consider what you're doing and just remember this. The markets are emotionless and will not reward even if you know it all. So why do you think it will if you know nothing? So with all that being said, I'll show you some examples. So this is example number 1. Now, I just want to make this clear. This is for a very small account of $300. Okay. Now let's just say on a smaller progression, you make 5% monthly. Now over a period of 3 years, now notice this, 3 years, you are able to compound this. And with that compound, you are able to put in $50 a month. Now remember, this is about sacrifices. So for those spending money on takeaways, going out on the weekends, or a whole heap of crap that you're spending your money on, think about where that money could be going. After your first year, your returns could look like this with a $300 account, $1,374.41. Over 2 years, it could look like this, $3,303.88. And after 3 years, it could look like this, $6,768.95. Now, for those that are saying, well, Rox, this is going to take me too long. Well, just a wake-up call. A lot of you come to me and tell me that you've been trading for 2, 3, 4, even 5 years, and some even longer. And you're still at square one. So think about the process. Let's look at number 2. This is a $300 account again with an interest rate of 10% per month. This is calculated over 3 years with a monthly compound, and you deposit in $50 a month. With that being said, your first year, you're looking at $2,117.66. Your second year, you're looking at $7,822.27. And your third and final year, that's $25,725.78. Now, if that is not return to you, then what is? 3 years of dedication, hard work, and commitment to return account size of $25,000 to start your trading career. You have 2 options. You stay what you're doing, or you work the process. Let's go on to example number 3. Let's say you're a better trader now. You start off with a base amount of $300 again. Your interest rate is around 15% a month. So again, not asking too much from the markets. However, you calculate this over 2 years. So we've lessened it from 3 to 2, and you're still depositing $50 a month. In your first year, you can return yourself $3,272.67. And in your second year, you can return yourself almost $20,000. If that ain't 2 years worth of commitment and a good return to have a decent account balance, then what is? Let's go a little bit deeper. Example number 4, let's say your base amount is $2,000. Your interest rate is 10% a month, which again is very, very possible. Calculated period of 3 years of dedication and hard work with an initial deposit monthly of about $150. Again, this is about making sacrifices, making sure you're doing your best to build your future. In your first year, you can return yourself around $9,800. In your second year, you can return yourself around $34,000, which, that being said, is a very, very decent size to trade with. And in your third and final year, you can return yourself around $111,000. Okay, 3 years commitment, hard work, dedication. Keep that in your mind. This is starting off with $2,000. Example number 5, $2,000, interest rate of 10% a month. Again, keeping it very small, looking at around 2 years worth of growth, and you have a little bit more money to play with, initial deposit of around $3,000. In your first year, you can look to turn around from a $2,000 account to around $13,500. And in your second year, you can look at around $50,000, 2 years worth of commitment and hard work. Now, you're going to say to me, where can I get that money from to trade? Well, firstly, you can stop your silly spending. Secondly, get yourself a second job. And thirdly, trust the damn process. Notice nothing happened overnight. It happened over a period of a couple of years. Now, you can say to me, well, I don't have that time. I don't have that patience. Well, we're going to get on to talk about that in a second, okay? Example number 6, $2,000 a month with a 15% return rate. Again, it's not too shabby. Remember, this is over a period of time. So if it doesn't happen in the first month, because some months are going to be better than others, it can always happen in the other months. This is only calculated over 1 year, and you're depositing around $200 a month to continue to help substantiate that account size. At the end of that year, 1 year, you can return yourself around $17,500. What was once a small account has now grown to a substantial amount, tradable enough for you to go full time, or at least start seeing bigger returns in a short space of time. So we had some fun examples above. For those sitting there saying, well, this will take too long, I can't do this, I don't have the means to find extra funds, I'll tell you one thing. When there's a will, there is a way. If you really want to achieve something, you are and will make it happen. We have the luxury to trade freely. We don't have to answer to anyone. And with our accounts funded with our own money, we can do as we wish. 10% monthly return is more than realistic. If you trade 4 days a week using a risk reward ratio of 1 to 3 and you lose 3 trades and win 1, you still finish the week break even. If you don't trust your ability to take 4 trades and at least win 1, then something is missing. You may not find yourself winning exactly as illustrated, but over the course of 100 trades, 3 months, 1 year, you will see if you can apply what we've spoken about today, and you will reap the rewards of your efforts. If you're struggling with discipline, then my only advice is to work harder or give trading up, because undisciplined traders turn into gamblers and gambling becomes an addiction. Once a gambler, you will face one of the hardest battles of your life. Trust me, I have been there, and that is for another time. So here it is. Focus on the process, not the monetary value at first. Identify what is working for you, what fits your personality and characteristics, what fits your schedule. Stop being led by traders on social media showing flashy cars and houses and watches. They probably have what they have because they've worked in silence for years before they decided to display it to you, or they've either got your ticket and waiting for you to buy into them. Your vision is and will always be different. Hone in on 1 or 2 patterns. You do not need anything more than that. Your aim is to identify your pattern when it comes to you and take it. Forget about what everyone else is doing. Your return on a single pattern itself is tremendous. Have in the back of your mind as you grow your account that with each percent you gain, no matter how long it takes, the bigger your win percent increases. Never lose sight, no matter how well or bad you're doing. Your strategy should always stay the same. Slow and steady wins this race, my friends. You've probably experienced it or seen many traders come and go. Don't be like the majority. The number one thing you all should be doing is focusing on yourself. This is what will lead you to becoming the best trader you can be. If you don't, you will continue to hinder your potential to do something you really love. And finally, stop focusing on the hype and what everyone else is doing. Shut the noise out and for once, build a relationship with you. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Build faith in your abilities. Once you do this, your confidence will grow and so will your account.